Okay, here we have it. It's been so long and far too long,
Yeah.
Christine Loworth, for our doofus conversation. And you can see I'm here and I'm just a la natural. Like, I don't give a flying fuck what my hair does. All right, so I'm going to do this for the next part of the call. So,
Okay. Priorities.
hold on. There we go. So, oh, I'm struggling to take myself seriously.
Well, you don't need to take yourself seriously.
Well, maybe we do, maybe we don't. I'd like to follow on from your call this afternoon, your post this afternoon. I loved your post around how you took your son's beautiful dog for a walk. And oh, what happened? Share with me. She
Well,
just loved it.
yeah,
Tail wagging all over the
yeah,
place.
yeah.
What the frig? Was she being a fox or what?
The whole thing was that I it was a beautiful day and I decided to take her for a walk. And as I was walking along, it suddenly came to me, how often do we go somewhere and then we moan about, oh, I've been here. And I was looking at Cora, and she's been here before, and she was just loving the smells, loving being out there, wagging her tail, lapping up, just being in the moment, just being totally present. And it made me think, humans, we go, huh, been here before, but you've never been there before in that moment, in that situation, with the sun as it is, with the leaves as it is, with the people there, with different sounds. Never, never exactly the same.
No. And you know what? It's really interesting because I'm tomorrow going to post a moment of I went for a walk, my walk, which I've been doing since I've come over this way for every day-ish, as much as I can, other than tripping over or not stepping on a a step and putting a gash in my knee 4 centimeters or more, according to the doctor. So it was a real goodie. I had a bit of time off. But in saying that, the walk today was glorious because and it was just timing of your post that Cora, like she's wagging her tail, and I wagged my tail in a different way today, and I'm going to put up a post. It was like previously my inner world and outer world used to be like this. Like it was just fucking crazy and it was just like it wouldn't even be like that tomorrow. It would be like this, like this pretty much was my mind over and over and fucking over again, and it never stopped. And I had this beautiful moment today as the sun went down, and I was on my walk. And I've been posting my walks, right? But today was just like this magical moment of there were these trees, right? And you would think you're in Australia because they were like gums or whatever, but they weren't. They were in the middle of where I live, and I've been walking this walk. And before now, I didn't see that particular beauty moment. And it was just calm, and the sky was blue, and there was these trees, and there was water in front of it, and there was the moon, and it was shining so bright. It was so white against the blue. And I just know I treasured, and it's in my video. I actually
Mm,
pulled out my phone and took a moment because it was so real.
mm,
There was no way ever in my past life that I would have noticed that,
yeah.
because my mind was racing, and I take it back to our outer world follows our inner world.
Yeah.
And all of the work that I've done, and I know you've done, and I know you've got less chaos or more chaos, whatever it is, but you're dealing, we are dealing with our inner selves,
Yeah.
and that's the work,
Mm,
and that's what so many people, A, they either don't know to, or B, they're afraid to, because they don't know what's going to come out the other side.
mm.
Actually, high five.
Yay. But it's just enjoying the moment. And I had conversations with these two women who I met who were walking their dogs. And we sat, not sit, we didn't sit, we just
Yeah.
conversed. And it was sort of like, this woman was saying, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I says, "Oh, I'm just taking a moment to come out." And I said, "I'm semi-retired and I'm going to be, I am doing this coaching." And she says, "Good on you. Good for doing it." And it was so nice that there's this other person sort of like just cheering me on from nowhere.
Yeah.
Um, and it's so nice to just be open to talking to people.
Yeah.
Because we had a nice conversation. I probably picked her day up, she picked my day up, the same with the other lady, on the beach with the dogs, and Cora was having fun sniffing other bottoms and whatever.
I've never owned a dog, but I have actually been looking after a dog sometimes with the place that I'm living, and I'm getting used to that.
But it was interesting because I was going to take her for a walk on a different beach. But when I turned up there was so many dogs there, and she's quite boisterous and was keen to go. And I just thought, I'm just going to take you somewhere that's quieter. So I went to a different beach, Hikoikoi, and we went for the walk there. And it was so much more calming for me, and I think for her, because she was just then swimming in the sea. And I was sort of thinking, oh, I wish I'd bought my togs. I would have gone in for a swim.
I know you would have too, and I would have almost wanted to shoot you because you're freaking crazy. But anyway,
But it is, I go back to that point. Don't think I've done this before, because yes, you may have walked that path 1,000 times, but 1,000 times it's subtly different. 1,000 times there's a different, sunset, sunrise, the clouds in a different way, the
yeah,
trees in a different person walking down the street, or cars in the street. There's always something unique, something special. And it's for us to see the wonder, the unexpected gifts in unexpected ways coming to us in unexpected places.
you know what? I just love hearing you talk like this because I acknowledge your growth.
Mm. We've grown
You,
a lot in the last 18 months or so from where we were, and how we were tripped up, and we would trip ourselves up with things, and we'd see something and we'd go, oh, why not me?
but you know what I love right now is the glow in your eyes and the smile on your face. And there's a glow in you, which is just so beautiful. And I'm so,
Mm.
you know me, I struggle to put words to stuff, but just know that's our journey.
Yeah,
Our journey is worth.
it is. And one thing I learnt, and it's difficult for me to be vulnerable.
Yep.
I don't, you could say it's like I don't show my scars.
Yeah.
And on the call the other day, I was sharing about the suicides in the family. And it wasn't sharing to have it was sharing to help somebody with a growth. And I always felt like, who wants to listen to my story? I don't offer any value. What do I offer? Why would I want to say this? Because I don't want to drag people down, but I'm actually probably doing people a misjustice by not sharing my growth, by not sharing the places that I've been, what I have gone through, and how I have come out the other side without having to wear the sticker, the identity of the victim that I've been through there. I've seen my father die. I've seen my brother die. I've seen a sister die, all through suicide. And I've grown from that and realized I don't have to have the same journey. I don't have to go there. And to get messages saying, wow, this was inspirational, was sort of like, oh, really?
You know what? Can I share this, please? Can I
Yeah.
share this? I remember you and I having a conversation, and you said to me, I can't remember the exact words. Oh, I've had nothing horrendous happen in my life. Or what can you remember what the words were?
I don't think I've had anything major happen in my life.
Oh, there you go. I don't have thing like, and then you went to go on, and we were just sharing that it's not about story or events or whatever. It was just sharing, and you shared authentically. You trusted me enough to share what you shared, and I just went, she has no fucking idea. No fucking idea. And I think I just calmly went, I think there's a bit more to it, Christine. And that was our beautiful journey, right? What was the one of our moments. And I know I say I can't remember the words, but I'll never forget the moment where I went, she's got no fucking idea, honestly. And part of that was learning going forward that our value in life and our experiences in life, when we do them, we're just taking small steps to where we're going.
Mm.
And every step that you have, it's your step, but there's always an opportunity, I believe, and that. And I think in our society we were taught not to share, because it's like, oh, go on, give yourself a pat on the back, or oh, do you want to be whatever? But actually it was the part of our community, I think, through the convert or whatever it is, that people actually learnt was missing. It's about connection.
Yeah.
And it's actually about opening our hearts and actually sharing with each other, that builds us up, helps us doesn't build us up, it helps us.
Mm.
Because like you said, there are going to be people in a space that when you share your story, they're going to go, wow.
Mm.
It's like you're telling my story and they're going to connect.
Yeah.
And that's what's important. It was like me with going through the process with the ebook that I created with Nick Bell.
Mm.
It was about the process. And I've come out with something, but and I believe part of this is your
starting to write my book.
You starting to write your book. It's what I found, it was as much part of the healing process was the process that you're going through.
Mm. And it's okay to be vulnerable, and
Yes.
and that isn't a place that I have voluntarily put myself in. It's as though I have worn a shield. So it's sort of, you can loathe so much.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I think, we're all individuals and we all have different ways of being that. I didn't realize, I thought I was vulnerable. I actually truly thought it's like, oh, I share shit, right?
Mm.
But I wasn't vulnerable for what was deep inside of me. And part of the process of going through, you know this because I went through, you saw a huge shift in me in Taupo, right?
Yeah.
And that was that part of that process was digging deep, deep within ourselves and allowing it to actually come forward so we could help fix it. Not fix it, allow it to be so we could deal with it.
Yeah. And it's allowing yourself, what I'm realizing is to be with the emotion, but not be in the emotion. So it's like being able to tell the story with emotion, but not break down into the tears of the emotion, so that others can feel the journey, but see that you've grown through the journey, if you get what I mean.
Well, it's really interesting because I hear this is the difference between us, right? So it was like when I was going through the process, I actually had to go back and
Oh yeah,
like open up and like truly allow it to explode and feel it before I could share the
yeah,
the message, not the
yeah.
message, the whatever it was, right?
No, I understand that. So
Yeah,
it's by actually being in that, allowing yourself to experience it. You don't need a big audience to be in that
correct.
of when you're in
Yes.
the tears.
Yeah.
And yes, I was present when you were experiencing this, but you didn't need to be on stage or in
No,
front of a group.
no.
You've been through that. Now you know you can experience it, you can express it, so that you can help others grow from your experience.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm meaning. So I'm,
Yeah.
yes, I may be sharing certain things, but I will be doing things in private too.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I misunderstood what you were
Yeah.
meaning there.
No. So it was, once I enhance and go through that, then I can use that learning, that powerful message to help others.
Yeah.
But when I'm sharing that message, it's not beneficial if I'm then breaking into tears and breaking down in front of people when I'm
It
sharing.
says it's not.
Well,
It's being vulnerable and authentic and sharing. So
Yeah,
this is our difference, right?
yeah.
I'm just getting used to just allowing the emotion to flow because something has to come up, and it's happening more and more, and it's just like, but it's getting less and less because I allow it to come up
Mm,
and I deal with it, and I don't give a flying fuck who's around. Like, honestly, I had a moment, I think I was in a call with Kim and we were watching, um, uh, it was like a sales thing, and just something the person said was made me realize I was still giving energy to the person that had screwed me over. I didn't realize it, right?
yeah.
But it was a sales thing. And it was just like, in the moment, it was just like, oh my God. It was that whole,
Mm,
and I thought I'd let that go. But you know what? I was giving energy to that person by holding on to what I was holding on to. No
mm.
more, man,
Cool.
because fuck him. He's not getting any more of my energy.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. But that's because I allowed it to happen.
Yeah, I'm not saying about not
I'm
allowing.
not I'm not saying you're not. I'm just sharing. We're just sharing it. Just like from what you said, it reminded me of a moment, and it was just like,
Mm.
but because I'm allowing it, this stuff is boiling up.
And you've got so much better relationships with family members and others. And actually, I mean, thank you, Rory Kilmartin, who is actually going to be a speaker at our retreat.
Wait.
Yeah, Sue and I have gone through this course and we learned so much about ourselves and our communication styles and how we communicate with each other. And that's been a challenge. Um,
It was always a challenge, but it's got so much better.
yeah, because we understand now each other and we can speak a little bit of each other's language.
A little bit. We got a bit to go, but it's great. Little
Our
bit has helped us so much, though, hasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, our vocabulary of each other's language style is growing. But initially, we didn't have that dictionary of magician or sovereign, or well, actually, a dictionary of fox or dictionary of gorilla. We didn't have those dictionaries, and therefore we were sort of like going, don't quite get this.
Oh God. And we used to push each other's buttons. Like, and I said that in my it's interesting because I said that in my recording tonight when I was on my walk. I was a volcano waiting to erupt. Just anyone just needed to push that, and I was just like, it was horrendous. It really was. And this here would have been like on flames and, like lava dribbling down my face. It would have been hot as. Anyway,
Nice face mask there.
nice face mask.
But
Don't get
anyway,
it any
I
higher.
mean, we've through this, we've learned to understand, to communicate, and to grow.
Hmm.
That's the main.
And trust each other
Mm.
and
And,
accept each other as
yeah,
we are. See,
and support each other in
and
sort of
support
like
each other.
different roles, which has been very helpful. So I can sit back a lot more.
And
Um,
trust.
yeah, So,
Let's not go there.
but it's been a journey, and again, we go back to what we started. Each thing is unique. Each video call is unique. Each meeting with the same person is unique.
Each person is unique.
Yeah. And one day they might be behaving one way, another day they will be behaving a different way. So don't go in with a preconceived idea of how that person is going to react. Because, like Sue kept saying, our inner world is going to be what comes back to meet us in the outer world. So if I have a preconceived idea that Sue's going to be angry with me, I will actually, through my response, through my language, through my tone, through my fear or whatever, I will transmit that to Sue, then I will receive it back. If I come and I have this feeling of love and joy, I have a different attitude. I have a different. So that's what we have to do. Take each moment as a unique, special gift, the present. And as I go back to that saying, tomorrow is tomorrow, yesterday is yesterday, today is the present. And that's why it's called a present, something to unwrap and enjoy.
And on that, I think that's a perfect time to say good night, good day, good day, good day,
Goodbye.
goodbye, good day, whatever, whatever. And I love you all. Stay amazing. And I will give you all the pleasure of Christine's last comment.
Enjoy the day, evening, and be present. Lots of love. Signing off, Saranaria, whatever the thing is. I'm going to stop.